So my big video is being delayed for injury reasons, so I thought I'd channel one of my favourite people on these tubes of you, Scaredycats TV, and make a small video talking about how one of my favourite horror comedies subverts and comments on classism both in real life and how the media stokes the flames of it. Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is a 2011 film starring Alan Tudyk and Tyler Labine, playing the titular Tucker and Dale, two mild-mannered men who just want to relax and go fishing in their new holiday home, which is a fixer-upper log cabin in the woods, when they come across a group of college kids who judge them for looking like hillbillies. One of the group, Chad, harbours a violent hatred for the pair simply for being hillbillies, and he fans the flames of judgment to the rest of the group throughout the film. When one of the group, Allison, gets injured, Dale, the lovable teddy bear of a man, brings her to the cabin to nurse her to health. Chad willingly and nefariously misinterprets this as Dale kidnapping Allison and convinces the rest of the group to siege the cabin and try and rescue their friend to kill Tucker and Dale. I won't spoil the whole thing, but since it's a horror comedy, there's some very fun, very gory deaths, and well, you should go watch it. Go on. Pause the video. Watch it now. It's gotta be streaming somewhere. I'll wait. So the movie is this sort of deconstructive satire of hillbilly horror, making Tucker and Dale the mild-mannered protagonists and the middle-class, mostly white college kids that are literally referred to as simply college kids as the villains. It's a perfect flip from the usual fare, and it's totally intentional. Writer and director Eli Craig grew up with his dad in the backwoods of Oregon for half his childhood, and was tired of seeing villains in movies like Wrong Turn and Texas Chainsaw Massacre that look and act like his dad did. And I think it's this real-life influence on the script that makes it not only a good send-up of the genre, but a biting comment on classism as well. I mean, the film's entire crux is about a group of kids wrongfully judging two guys as bad and dangerous simply because they look poor and they act differently. This judgment is then further stoked by a charismatic, rich, white Chad, and even extends beyond just the college kids, when police and the sheriff blame Tucker and Dale for the ensuing bloodbath before hearing them out. And when Dale attempts to include the police in the first place, Tucker has this really poignant line about halfway through the picture when he says,
"Well, it doesn't matter what happened. What matters is what looks like what happened."
The film is very clear. It knows, and Tucker knows, that the prejudice that they face isn't an isolated incident from the college kids, but a systemic one. Just like always, the well-spoken, clean-looking, wealthy kids will be believed, and the hillbillies will be othered, their opinions will be tossed aside, and they'll be treated like the bad guy. Throughout the film, Chad, the major antagonist, weaponizes misunderstandings and willfully reinterprets what's happening to paint Tucker and Dale as evil, as kidnappers, as killers. All the while Tucker and Dale are just trying to fix up their shack, and then later literally trying their hardest to stop the college kids from killing themselves. He literally considers himself superior in every way to Tucker and Dale, as he's richer, smarter, and better looking. Also, he's painted as the titular evil for these reasons. Very subtle, Eli. The first two acts of this movie almost feel like two different films butting heads. On the one side, you have this buddy comedy with Tucker and Dale who just want to live their life, and then a schlocky, mainstream hillbilly horror film tries its best to force itself into the view. Much like how, like we discussed in the Chavs video, mainstream, right-wing, middle-class sensibilities try to force themselves onto the lives of the real people that happily live like Tucker and Dale do. Heck, the movie even starts as this hillbilly horror film, as the first sequence in the movie is the college kids first encountering this duo of creepy, scary hillfolk, before switching perspectives completely and reveal that they're just a couple of guys who want to fish. And when Tucker and Dale reject this narrative forced on them by Chad and the college kids over and over, Chad, who in this metaphor represents right-wing elites, the upper echelons of the media, who are parroting this narrative in the first place, he drops all pretense and devolves into cartoonish evil, as all he wants to do is eradicate the hillbillies for reasons that don't even end up being true in the end. Stretching out this metaphor a little more painfully, we have Allison, who was originally buying Chad's shtick before Dale nursed her back to health, played board games with her, and basically convinced her that he was, human. She takes it upon herself to try and play mediator between the terrible, awful man who wants to kill poor people and the poor people who want to keep living. She is liberals in this metaphor. She sees the two as the same and thinks a peaceful compromise is the way forward, and in true right-wing fashion, Chad claims the liberals as part of his silent majority, claims her as her own, and then literally attempts to kill her when she does as much as humanize the poor. Or at least that's what I saw, and that's what me and Zach saw when we watched this film the other night. In any case, the message of this film seems to be, at the very least, don't judge the poor, or those that live differently to you, as lesser, as bad, or as dangerous. Especially not because some twat in a popped polo neck tells you. Fuck you, Chad. So what do you think of this film? And this reading of this film? Let me know in the comment section below, and any more horror films you think I might like, or just tell me I sound nice today. Comments are good for the algorithm. And while you're down there, the like and subscribe buttons, if you liked this video, they're also great for the algorithm as well. And a super huge thank you to all the patrons on screen right now, and a special thanks to the Fresh Cheese Bags of the Month, Alex Bryson, Clouds Haberg, Ethan Saffron, The Horse of Many Names, Carl Rod, Logan Myers, Malloy, Ruby Lombax Arts, The Magpie Magus, Neurotic Anarchy, Swishy Clang, What Would Jedi Do, our executive producers Tom Dolan and Cosmozor, and the flippity-flop philanthropist himself, Edward Valentine. Love you, bye.